Welcome back to Breakfast Television. Well, we know that celebrities get a lot of attention. A lot of people listen to what they have to say. Should you be listening to their health advice? Well, Dr. Zach is back to break it down for us. Welcome back to the show. It's great to have you.
Thanks a lot.
We were talking about this earlier. It's so true. You know, celebrities, people look up to them. They're mentors for so many people.
It's crazy.
It is insane. Well, let's start off, I think, with the most obvious. People have talked about her and her health advice and the magazine's health advice. Goop is the name. Gwyneth Paltrow is the person behind it. Let's talk about some of the crazy. I'm calling them crazy. She has some professionals that back her. It's pretty surprising to me. What are some of the things that you've heard that you know you'd like to debunk?
Well, there's so many. I mean, no, I mean, off the top of my head, I can think of a couple. I mean, one is this whole sunshine. How can anything that is natural be bad for you?
Right.
So go out in the sunshine, you know, and get as much sun as you can. And you know what? I'm a big believer in getting out there and getting fresh air and getting sunshine. However, there's a lot of things that nature has made for us that are quite bad for us. Yeah. You know, I mean, and one of them, unfortunately, is UV radiation, which we definitely know increases your risk significantly for skin cancer.
There's no doubt we need our vitamin D.
Absolutely.
But you have to protect yourself. I mean, what she's saying is, you know, don't worry, you can go and tan, and don't worry about using sunscreen. It's okay because it's natural. Yeah.
And there was another claim. I can't recall if it was her, though. That's what I'm getting mixed up about. There was one about bras being too tight, leading to breast cancer. I can't remember if it was hers or not.
Yes, that was her.
That was her, okay.
A link between bras being too tight and breast cancer.
And that was someone on her site. I don't think it was her. I think it was a doctor on her site. It was a doctor. But anyway, it was a doctor. And anyway, there are definitely risk factors for breast cancer, right? I mean, being obese, having a family history, and having a genetic makeup is definitely, and just age also. The risk goes up with age. But having a tight bra does not increase your risk for breast cancer.
And I think this is one of those cases, too, you know, as I said, people look up to celebrities. They like to listen to what they have to say. You know, if you perhaps, you know, think that one of these things may be true, talk to your doctor. Yes. I mean, don't just go ahead and do it. Talk to your doctor. Okay, next up is Mayim Bialik of Big Bang Theory fame. Yes. A neuroscientist as well as an actress, which is very, very interesting. Suggested humans should consume their own placenta.
Yeah, that is something there's a bit of a movement from what I hear, right? Placentophagy, they call it. I don't know if you need a name for it, but that's apparently the medical term for it. And yeah, there's a lot of people, or a fair number of people, enough people that we've read about it, that think that eating your placenta or your baby's placenta is healthy, and that it can help with all sorts of things. It can decrease things like postpartum depression, give you a lot of energy. You know, we should talk to your co-host when she comes back.
Yeah, we'll talk to Joanne.
We'll see what Joanne says. But anyway, there's basically no evidence for it. And one of the reasons they say is, well, a lot of mammals do it. Now that may be true, you know, and apparently it's true that a lot of mammals eat the placenta afterwards.
I'm told that humans are the only mammal that do not do it.
And that may be true.
Well, until, of course.
Until recently.
This happened.
You know, and by the way, humans are the only mammal that do a lot of things, right? I mean, we're the only ones that drive cars, and we're the only ones that build buildings, and that recite poetry and whatnot. So just because everyone else does it doesn't mean you have to do it. And ultimately, they've actually done studies, and there's really no evidence that ingesting your placenta has any positive effects. And that's not to say, by the way, that people actually ingest, because I actually looked into it. And, you know, you've seen the placenta, right? It's kind of a crazy-looking organ, and to think you're eating that. But people take it in different ways, and some people dry it and have it as pills and whatever because they think it's therapeutic. But ultimately, there's no real evidence that it's helpful, so I don't recommend it.
Jessica Alba wore a double corset to retrain her waist after pregnancy.
Right, so there's double corset. There's another one, I think Kylie Jenner had this waist trainer thing as well. So basically, it's not helpful. That's the bottom line. It's not harmful. I mean, people wear all sorts of things to make them look
years,
better.
For generations.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that was a thing. But one of the things that is misleading is that people think it actually will bring you back to your previous healthy size, right? Whereas it doesn't. I mean, it can make you look like your previous healthy size, but especially this kind of waist trainer, which is really this little, very thin band that kind of sucks things in, that's not helpful to you.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the ones that give you a bit of support, because there is loosening of the ligaments when people are pregnant, and certainly, but I mean, the bottom line is you have to get back into shape is you have to
live a healthy lifestyle,
live a healthy lifestyle and get the muscles back in shape. And yes, there will be some tightening again just naturally. And if you wear something that gives you some support, you know, fine, and maybe it's a bit helpful, but it's not, you know, just wearing something that constricts you is not helpful.
I have to stop you there. We've run out of time. Right. Dr. Zach, always a pleasure. By the way, there's lots more. We didn't get to Mark Cuban. We didn't get to Roger Moore. And there's some people that are doing great things, like Michael J. Falk. Visit our blog, btmontreal.ca, for all the details.